Hi guys, welcome to DevOps World. Today I'm trying to discuss about the operation field, guys. So previously we already discussed about Linux administration, and so far we discussed about Git operations, and we seen so far the project also, that is Maven. If you doesn't see that, please try to refer the previous video so that we can try to move forward to next operation mode. Okay, so in this case we are trying to go with different types of scenarios. So basically what we are trying to, so that we are trying to move forward to operation team. That is, first tool is we are working on configuration management. Okay, so today I'm trying to tell you entire brief introduction about the configuration management so that we can go with practical in next coming sessions. Okay, so this is what the scenario will works. Okay, so now coming to, so we are trying to go with configuration management. That is a tool, that is we are working on Ansible configuration management. What is meant by Ansible configuration management? What is a controller? What is meant by inventory file? Very, very important, guys. So if you want to understand this topic, this is very familiar topic, guys. Please try to go with this study, and we are trying to go with the practical sessions in next coming sessions also. Okay. So now here you need to understand what is meant by configuration management. Okay, so for this, I want to go with configuration management from my side. So basically, what we are trying to do here is we are working on configuration management will comes a picture of remote servers. What is meant by remote servers? We need to know this. Okay, at one point of control. Okay, so if you want to work on the configuration management, we are working on remote servers. That is very, very important. So whatever you are trying to say that remote servers is controller, I can call this one as a controller, and at one point of control. Okay, I'll tell you what is what is meant by all these things. Okay, so let's go with architecture, guys, to understand this concept. Okay. Okay. So as I told you that I'm working with configuration management, that is Ansible configuration management. Okay. We are working on Ansible configuration management. Configuration management. Management. Okay. So in Ansible configuration management, so here we are working with servers. We are working with servers. Okay. The first server is which we are trying to work on this is the server, and suppose I'm taking some nodes, guys. Node. So here I can call this one as a controller or remote. Okay, I can call this one as a controller or remote. Okay, the next thing is whatever we are saying this one, whatever we are saying, trying to say this one, this is the server one. We are trying to see that server 2, server 3, server 4. Okay. See, why I'm trying to go with these server series. Suppose if you're working in company, if you're working in company, I'm trying to say the difference why we are trying to go with the configuration management here. Okay. Suppose if you're working in company in previous like 2010 to up to 2000 something. Okay. So that you need to go with one infrastructure, that is you need to go with the laptop, right? So suppose in your office, whatever you joined in 2010, like nearly 20 members, the admin want to give the laptops to you to maintain the services, right? So they'll try to provide the laptop, and they'll try to come to your near to you. They'll try to install your softwares and securities, whatever it may be. So they'll try to do all the things for 20 numbers. They're trying to do all the same pattern. Okay, so here you need to notice one thing. So for every person, he will come and he will explain you whatever they installed for as per your project requirement. so that it will take hard, like for one person, if he is taking for half day, like this 20 numbers, he will try to go with nearly 4 to 5 days. Okay, so that is very complex for the client. So client won't give that much time to make it familiar to work on the projects. Okay, so that they want to go with very shortened way. So they want to go with under the progress, so that they'll try to maintain the new tool, that is as a deployment mode. We are working with configuration management. Okay, so here, what if, suppose I want to manage all these servers. Suppose I want to manage all these servers. Previously, whatever I told, that is nearly 4 to 5 days, it will take a time. But here, I can take only just 1 hour. I'll try to take only 1 hour. So see, with help of this controller, I can try to manage the server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4 based upon the admin role. This is admin, and we are trying to, whatever we are trying to deploy, any application or any file or any other web servers, where I can deploy here, so that I can manage based upon the server 1, server 2, server 3, and server 4 based upon the private SSH, guys. Very, very important. We are trying to control based upon the private SSH. We are working on private SSH. We are trying to give one, that is private SSH. Okay, so here also we are trying to maintain private SSH. They'll try to maintain the private SSH. They'll try to maintain the private SSH. Okay, so here the key is very, very important, very, very important, so that we can maintain the any service as per the. Okay, now you have a question. So how can you maintain the private SSH? So if I want to install any, so if I was going with the deployment here, any like file software, how can you get all these things? Okay, so for this we have one agent. For this we have one agent. In Ansible configuration management, whatever you are trying to go with this controller or remote, we are trying to maintain one agent. That is, I can call this one as an inventory file. Inventory file. Okay, so this inventory file is an agent. It will distribute all the servers based upon the private SSH. Okay, so we can collect server 1 private IP address, server 2 private IP address, server 3 private IP address, server 4 private IP address. We can collect all the IP address, and I can put in my host. I can put in my host. Host means is a controller instance. Okay, we are working on controller instance. Based upon the host, we are trying to collect all the files, and I can keep in my host. Okay, see, this is what we are trying to do, the installation part as per the Ansible configuration. Okay, so here you need to notice only one thing, guys. Whenever you are trying to work with these server managements as per the controller norms, so this is what we are trying to maintain, the Ansible configuration management. With help of controller, I can maintain all the servers. I can maintain all the servers. Okay, I can call this one as an inventory file. Inventory file, it will think the act as a and the scientist for these servers, so that I can maintain all these services. I can maintain all these services. Okay, so this is what we are trying to go with the picture. Okay, so that's why I told you very clearly, this is the process configuration remote servers at one point of control. Whatever I'm trying to insert in remote servers, it will try to go control everything as per your servers. Okay, and what is advantage of your Ansible configuration management? Okay, so if you want to maintain the advanced, so what are the major advantage? Provisioning of service. Okay, see what, so it is very quick to install. Okay, it is very quick. So whatever you are maintaining any server in centralized, like any controller machine, it will automatically replicate to server 1, server 2, server 3, and server 4. Okay, it will be very familiar. So rather than wasting the 4 to 5 days time efficiency, I can go with only 1 hour as per my control efficiency. Okay, that is called provisioning of the servers. Disaster recovery, we can, so in case of natural like any, suppose if you lost any data also, no need to worry, the controller will store automatically, so that we can replicate the data. Okay, so here configuration management will try to capture every information. We are trying to capture every information, and we can try to store the files as we can set up the files. We are trying to configure the similar data in other location. Okay, so this is what we are trying to maintain the disaster recovery. Okay, coming to idempotent. Idempotent is nothing but whatever we are trying to install, we are trying to set up one state of action. That's very, very important. Okay, so here, state of action is one of the most familiar concept while we are working with controller. Okay, I can go with example for this. Suppose I want to install the software here. Suppose I want to inject the software here so that it will go with the state of action of server 1, server 2, server 3, and server 4. It will be like desired state. Whatever you are trying to see, that is completely desired state. Okay, in this desired state, whatever you are trying to maintain any efficiency as per your factor, definitely we are trying to work on the things. Okay, so here in Ansible configuration, we are trying to maintain one thing, guys. That is the first one is ad hoc commands. Ad hoc commands. We are maintaining ad hoc commands. Okay, and second one is we are trying to go with playbooks, and next we are trying to go with webhooks. Okay, I'll tell you what is these things in now next coming sessions, guys. So what ad hoc commands, playbooks, and webhooks. Okay, so these are the these are the operations which we maintain the Ansible control part. Okay, and coming to that, so previously, what kind of tools which you're using actually? Okay, so here you need to notice one thing, guys. Configuration management cannot use your installation OS. No, that is completely wrong, actually. So we are working with the servers only. We are working with virtual servers, that is AWS. I can use AWS here. Okay, so it can managely easily application at top of your applications. Okay, so here we are not using any manual servers. We are working with automation servers. Okay, so previously they use Chef, Puppet, and Salt. Right now, Ansible is currently good in market as per the DevOps rule. Okay, so here in Ansible, you need to go with open source management tool. We are working on Python here. So we need to install the Python here. I can try to show you this one. Okay, so in main mission, I want to install Ansible as a controller, and remote servers, I can use managed nodes. Okay, I can work on the managed nodes. Okay, so here one more advantage is Ansible is completely like agentless policy. We are working with agentless policy. With one mission, we can control all the missions as per the client scenarios. Okay, so Ansible configuration management will works on the passwordless authentications. We are not using any passwords here. We are not using any passwords. We are not maintaining any passwords. Okay, so we are not maintaining any passwordless authentication. We are trying to keep all the private IP address in controller. We can work on the progress. Okay, so based upon the host. Okay, based upon the host, we are working on the host policies. Okay, and you need to know only one thing, so that it will be very familiar to work on the Ansible configuration managements. Okay, so here we are trying to go with how can you work progress on these things. Okay, so basically, if you want to work with these things, definitely we can maintain AWS. We are trying to go with the AWS. So for this, I'm trying to go with AWS. AWS. I'm going with the account. I'm going with the root account. So I'm opening my AWS account. I'm opening my AWS account. Okay, so I want to create a servers, guys. First, I'm maintaining the servers here. I'm launching the three. I'm taking the three servers, guys, because for the Ansible configuration management, I can go with three servers. So for this, I'm taking Ubuntu. I'm trying to go with the older version only. So just I'm trying to work on the three servers. See here, I'm taking three here, three servers. and I'm just launching the new key pair. With the help of key pair only we can work here. Okay, the key pair name is anything as per your side. You can go with any key pair. So let's launch the instance, guys. Let's launch the instance. So now once we go, just you can go with launching instance. Let's clear the filters. I can give the name of server one. I can give the name of server one. Okay. So now I can go with server two, and I can give the name of controller. Okay. So with this, I'm keeping setup ready. Okay. Once you are trying to go with this, now I can install the software, guys. Okay. So tomorrow I'll try to install the software, guys. Okay. So today my theme is I want to go with Ansible introduction part, why we need to go with Ansible and how can you manage your nodes. That's very, very important. So tomorrow I can tell you the installation part very clearly. Okay. So if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. So that if I was missed any topic, please try to keep in comment section so that I can try to see that I can tell you in next coming session, guys. Okay. So this is all about once you are trying to set up these files, you have to, so once you've done the practical work, please try to stop your instance also. That's very, very important. We can try to stop the instance like this. Okay. So once you stop this instance, then it will be very good as per your side, so that it will be very familiar according to that. Okay. So this is all about today's session, guys. Tomorrow I can go with the practical installation part so that it will be very familiar according to that. Okay. So this is all about today's class. Thank you so much and have a nice day, guys.